So almost 2 years ago, I bought myself my first camera drone. I went with DJI's Mini 2 mostly because I couldn't believe that such a good drone could be so cheap yet so powerful. And it's true, really. The DJI Mini 2 is probably the best beginner drone on the market, with a really good camera for its price and surprising speed and agility for such small motors. I would definitely recommend it, like as far as first drones go. But I always knew that it was a first drone, and after flying it for nearly 2 years, I've decided to upgrade to the next level of the Mini series, the Mini 3. And I love the thing. It's quick, maneuverable, and it has quite a few little bonuses and upgrades from my last drone. For starters, it has a much nicer wingspan than the Mini 2. In the picture on screen you can see that, while the Mini 2 is basically a flying square, the 3 has a much larger and more stable frame. Another huge perk, which I still think is one of the most legendary little things DJI has added to one of their drones, is how the gimbal is mounted. Again on screen you can see that instead of the camera being placed under the hood of the drone, as in the Mini 1 and 2, the gimbal is set into the front of the drone, allowing it to look higher than a flat 0 degrees. I'll touch more on this later, but for now I want to talk about the controller which I just pulled out of the bag. This controller is honestly 25% of why I bought the drone in the first place. With my previous drone, I needed to always have a phone or iPad on hand to fly the thing, which made one more important piece to forget. Hello, cat. When I go to take some footage. The screen on the front is touchscreen, and the whole thing basically functions like a dumbed-down phone, allowing you to view files on the controller and even listen to music. I had to get used to a different controller grip, placing more of my fingers on designated buttons, but overall it's a very instinctive design and easy to use with prior DJI experience. The batteries with the Mini 3 each give you 38 minutes of flight time, which is very good. However, I was a little disappointed in how long it takes for them to charge. If you were to use all 3 of them by 12 o'clock in the afternoon, I doubt they would all be charged by supper time. Alright, all the reviews I saw of the Mini 3 made a pretty big deal about the true vertical shooting feature. This feature physically rotates the camera on its gimbal, allowing you to shoot in true portrait mode instead of going back and editing it later. This would be really useful on platforms like Instagram or YouTube Shorts, I guess, but I really doubt that I'll use it much. The screen record feature on the controller is pretty sweet though. This true vertical shooting is triggered by a custom button on the bottom of the controller. There are 2 of these, and I have the other set to toggle the 2 gimbal modes, follow or FPV. Follow is the mode you'll normally see being used in drone photography, smoothing out any unwanted motion from the drone. FPV gimbal mode does no such thing. Though it's not even close to true FPV flying, it can give a very cool perspective even with a photography drone. As I mentioned earlier, this gimbal can rotate far higher than the old Mini 2. While my first drone would have maxed out right around here, the 3 can continue going all the way to here, allowing me to get pictures like these. I'm planning on spending much of my summer honing my skills and flying this drone whenever I can. I'm extremely excited to see what this thing will help me create.